Om Ahum Vajraguru Padma Siddhi Hum. 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 Now, okay. This I want to talk about the notion of what our reality is about, on some level. Okay, now these two things that I'm holding up in my hand, these are both pens, right? Okay. Now we all understand this. They're ballpoint pens. Now, if I put this in front of a dog, what will a dog say it is? Is the dog going to say it's a pen? No. The dog will think it's a kind of toy. This here is the transformer for the camera. Now, if I have, let's say, an insect isn't going to know, like an ant, is going to have no clue about that, right? And this, even if you could put it in front of a human being who had no concept of what this is, they wouldn't understand it at all. And and this is a cigarette lighter, and if they were able to possibly get it to work, they'd think it's some kind of magic rather than understanding that it's a device. We'd have to explain that to them. So then, what is this reality that we think is out there that we label in certain ways? Is this a pen in itself, from its own side? From its side of things, we have our subject, and supposedly we have an object. Is this thing have some sort of penness? Now, we label our world with all these different constructs, but what does that mean? So, in the Buddhist tradition, this is one way of deconstructing our reality. This is a kind of very elegant, beautiful description of it. Now, this thing here that we call a pen, or all these other things, are in a way, this penness, this isness to the pen, is what I'm trying to show you is it's a kind of label. It doesn't have any inherent penness. So that most of the things that we see around us, that we label that that's a wall, that that's a house, well, if we look more closely, they're just made up of a lot of parts. But where is the houseness? Apart from the label that we put on it. And now, okay, let's look at that more. We think that the reality outside of us is kind of out there, and it's objective and separate from us. Let's look at that. But one scientist after World War II, Heisenberg, with his uncertainty principle, sort of said something like, if you do an experiment on something, on any what we call external event or thing, that what you do by the act of doing an experiment, by the act of observing it, even in a very controlled way, changes what you see, the thing that you're observing. The very act of it changes what you're observing. So that what I'm trying to point out, I was inspired to do this by something that one of the people on our website wrote. What is it that's out there? Is there something out there that's entirely separate from us that we look at and that we can say is objectively real and solid and separate from the observer? Is there a separate objective reality out there apart from the labels? We view the world then through the labels, but when we look at those things, we can't find any solidity to that, any substance to this. What is this? We say this is a pen. but someone else will not say it's a pen. So what is it? That's what my tradition wants to look at. It's not a thing in itself. Okay.